Welcome to What the Wrestling, the podcast where you break down the biggest moments, hottest takes, and the wildest stories from the world of pro wrestling. Whether you're a diehard fan or just stepping into the squared circle, we're here to give you the real scoop on everything happening in the ring.
I'm your host, RJD, and we're about to take a ride through the latest and greatest in pro wrestling. Get ready for all our hot takes, deep dives, and all the wrestling you never knew you needed.
Don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe button and join What the Wrestling family so you never miss an episode.
You're listening to the What the Wrestling podcast, the show that brings you all things wrestling with your host, RJD.
Oh, you already know what time it is.
Tiger uppercut.
AEW, everybody. AEW. We are here to talk about AEW Dynamite. We had ourselves an alright show. Alright show as always. Y'all know AEW is not inherently bad. Come on now. We're not going to sit up there and say that. But what we will say is we're going to get to it. So let us not waste any more time. Let's go. Yes. Tis I, RJD here. Welcome to What the Wrestling, the show that brings you all things wrestling. I am your host, RJD. And welcome. First things first, y'all know how we do. Hit the like button. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Rolling across the bottom of your screen and follow What the Wrestling on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Also follow me, RJD, RJ699 on the Twitter, aka X. X gonna give it to you. No updates to the channel as of yet, so we are going to roll right along into AEW Dynamite. So, AEW Dynamite, good show. Good show, always good wrestling. We got some stuff moving on. We got some people coming back. The Orange One has returned, and we have Jurassic Express coming back next week. So, and you know what? Shout out to the Hangman who also wrestled on this show. It's like when the main event guys go through a war and then they gotta fight again that next TV tape. I'm like, damn, that sucks. But all good. So we are here as I drink my water. And as I drink the water, hit the like button, y'all know.
Give me a hell yeah. I said give me a hell yeah.
Yeah, so let's run down this card because I'm here for a short time, not a long time, but I'm here for a good time. So let's roll it down. Now, we had a bunch of stuff happening on this show. First things first, we had Hangman Page. He addresses Kyle Fletcher and Lee Moriarty. So they had, once again, Hangman gives the Don Callis family member credit for taking him to the limit and giving him all that he can handle after their main event at All Out. But he says regardless, he still has the title and his status is still intact. Then he says he hopes Fletcher watches tonight when he defends against the Ring of Honor Pure champion, Lee Moriarty. He tells Moriarty that he better have his A game tonight when they step into the squared circle. And we started off with a Brody King and Bandito versus the Gates of Agony, along with Mr. Bald Head Brother himself, Ricochet. Funny start to this match. You know, Mr. Hurt himself, Brody King. He wanted to start, but Bandito was like, "Let me start, man. Let me start. Let me add him. Let me add him, Scoob." So he goes in there, he's smacking and then no selling his stuff. Good stuff here. Let's pick it up towards the end. So we had the big man Brodito takes Leona out of the mix before hitting the lariat to Khan, making a cover for a 2 count. He sends Bishop to the corner for a superplex, but gets knocked off by Khan before Leona, charges into level the playing field. So we continue into after the commercial break. We have a Bandito seemingly has victory in hand, but Ricochet leaves the commentary booth, gets involved, grabs the steel chair, but Aubrey Everett says, "Nah, man, we're not doing that.
Nope.
We're not doing that."
Stop it.
And she kicks Ricochet out.
Oh my God.
And he's all angry, but you gotta go, hit the road. And this promptly gets him up out of there. We have some more back and forth, and then they do this very cool. They like point outside, and Brodito does a 21 plex as Brody King dives onto the outside, onto the other gate of agony, and they get the win with the 21 plex. Good stuff here. Good stuff. Solid stuff. I love Brody King and Bandito. It's like whoever you put this brother with, it's like Brody King has the potential to like break out and be a massive star. It's like you put him with Buddy Matthews, he did good. They put him with somebody else for a little while, he was doing well. You put him with Bandito. It's like they come up with these weird ass pairings. The Buddy Matthews wasn't weird, but they put him with these weird ass pairings, but it just seems to work. Like whatever. Like shout out to all the pros, man. All the pros, man. It just seems to work. Bandito is awesome in his own right. I remember the first time seeing Bandito. I don't think I've ever heard Bandito say a word, speak, nothing. But he's got more charisma in his left pinky than like 80% of anybody. Like, he reminds me a lot of Shinsuke Nakamura. They don't gotta talk, they don't gotta do nothing, but be themselves. And you'll just start liking them because they're mad charismatic without saying a word. Everything is just, their style is dope. So shout out to them. Shout out to Brodito. Hopefully they have a nice little successful title reign, and we build up to a meaningful story. Hopefully. Mark Briscoe and the Conglomerate drop some more clues for their mystery partner. So that happened. Chris Statlander banged up, but she said she is a fighting champion, and why not have... She's with Harley Cameron, and Harley Cameron, we got Don DeMarco, her. Don DeMarco. I don't know what it is. What can't this lady do? What can't she do? She can sing, she can speak Japanese, she can wrestle, she can do sign language, she ventriloquist if I'm not mistaken. What can't she do? God damn, Harley Cameron is great. Like, great in the sense of she is extremely entertaining. And she's an attractive woman, which helps because she can do everything and she's attractive. So sky's the limit for her. I hope one day they build. I know they had her in the Mercedes thing and she lost. Obviously, she wasn't going to beat Mercedes that night. But I hope they do soon, eventually, build up to something with Harley Cameron, because I think she just got the potential to just be extremely, like, she can be a big star because she can do a lot. It's just you got to know how to put it all together. Shout out to her, man. Shout out to Harley Cameron. All right. Conglomerate. That happened. So everybody took out a familiar pair of sunglasses into the shot of the grill of Mark Briscoe. The segment was over. They went to commercial. Chris Statlander came back, as I was saying before. And she said, she's a fighting champion. She's banged up, but she's going to fight. And then Renee asked her, "Hey, so what about your affiliation with the Death Riders?" And then she was like, "Uh-oh."
Nope.
She stayed real quiet. Crowd was like, but she stayed real quiet. And then we gotta just wait and see, huh?
Oh my God.
Moving on. The Hangman, Adam Page versus Lee Moriarty. Good back and forth match, but ultimately we had a lariat and a deadeye, and that is all she wrote. Lee Moriarty, very good at the technical aspect of wrestling, the grapples, the submissions, things like that. That is why he is the Ring of Honor Pure Champion. So a lot of people don't like that style. I like that style of wrestling. Just go back and watch Zack Sabre Jr. and Bryan Danielson. It's great. So a lot of people don't like that stuff, but you ever been in some of those holds? You ever had somebody put you in a freaking hold like that? Holy hell. Jesus Christ. Those holds are like, a lot of them legit hurt like that. So shout out to Lee Moriarty, but not his night tonight. So we have exclusive with Cope and Christian. So they had footage from All Out as Adam Copeland and Christian addressed what FTR did, with Cope saying he has to go and he doesn't know if he's coming back. Kay says he doesn't have a family anymore. So go tend to yours. But Cope says, you have a family. I'm your family. They then shake hands and Cope runs off. On that note, we had some other stuff going on. But FTR then comes out and they address what happens to Beth Copeland, who they promptly spike power drived in the middle of the ring. Then we had Willow Nightingale come out to defend her honor. Shout out to Willow. Now, we haven't seen Willow in a hot minute. I mean, wrestling, that is. We've seen her backstage, and her and Statlander have the thing. I hope Willow is the one that takes the belt from Statlander, and then maybe Stat turns on her or something. I don't know. And they make her a heel for real. But, you know, tell a good story there. There's a story in there somewhere. But shout out to Willow, who comes out and says, listen, if you guys wrestled as well as you lied, you might have won the other night. And they had a good back and forth. And Big Stoke got in the way, and he got promptly put on his derriere for his troubles. They looked like they were about to get at Willow, but Jet Speed came out and said, we shall have none of that. There was a super kick and a drop kick, and FTR got up out of there. So Willow, Big Stoke said, it must be past your bedtime. Shout out to them. So they had a good back and forth. They tried to explain in that nonsense. But at the end of the day, we know this is not over with FTR and Cope and Christian. So they got the first one. FTR will probably get a second one, and then we'll probably get a third one maybe later on down the line next year. We'll see. That's all we can do. So MJF then had footage of MJF after All Out saying that he's a caricature. Why am I saying this wrong? Jesus Christ. Caricature. Oh man, I'm keeping this too. Oh man.
You stupid.
Why can't I say this word? Caricature. Okay. For some reason, I'm having a issue pronouncing words today. He's a caricature of himself, and he doesn't want to play MJF. He wants to be MJF. So MJF said he's not coming back until he gets his ish together, and the only way he knows how, which is his way. So he might be taking some time off. I don't know if that's planned or whatever. He might be going for a couple of weeks. Who knows? But MJF has the contract, so we know he will be back in the main event picture really, really soon. The Conglomeration versus the Don Callis family. Don Callis comes out and he has some massive masterpiece that he wants to unveil to everybody. And the Orange One comes back, basically messes that up. Big pop from the crowd. Everybody loves him. Somebody tries to hit him. He kind of slowly moves to the side. He's mad relaxed, just walking, puts on the elbow pad, hands in the pockets, drop kick to Okada and Takeshita, and then they get the better of him, and then we have a match. So this was back and forth action. Hologram, we move to the end of the match. Hologram gets the drop, and leading to Takeshita dropping Hologram with a driver, only for Hologram to respond by dropping Takeshita down and knocking him out of the ring. Hikaru grabs Hologram, but is taken off his game by the Orange Punch. Orange Cassidy comes out of nowhere, allowing Hologram to hit a portal bomb for the win, because he travels through portals because he's got the Infinity Gauntlet. Yeah, whatever that means.
Nope.
So The conglomeration wins. Good for them. Kyle Fletcher comes out and says, listen, I know everything's going on, but I got something to say. Now, Hologram has a winning streak, and he notes that Hologram is 34-0, or should he say 34 and scared of Kyle Fletcher. So Fletcher said he wants to be the one who puts the 1 in 34-0. So, in 34-1. So Hologram is going to get his first loss after he challenges for the title versus the streak next week on Dynamite. Okay. Nothing wrong with that. Hologram. We love AEW loves themselves some Hologram, boy. Woo, they love Hologram. So, Hologram versus Kyle Fletcher next week should be a great match. Jurassic Express is officially back next week. Good for them. Then we had a Powerhouse versus Claudio Castagnoli. The Meat Man versus the Strong Man. We had a weak meat chant in the middle of this. So, they beat the hell out of each other. So, fast forward towards the end. So, Pac comes back. The bastard Pac comes back and causes the interference. And Claudio rolls up Mr. Powerhouse the rest of the day for the win. The rest of the Death Riders come out. They sneak attack Hobbs. They beat the hell out of him before Hangman comes out to even things up. After a short while, the Death Riders escape through the crowd before Claudio demands the ref raise his hand once more to remind everyone he won the match. And that was it. So, next we have Tony Khan's important announcement. And the important announcement, what is it? Tony Khan is introducing Women's Tag Team Championship.
Oh my God.
Nope. You stupid.
All right. So here's my problem with this. My problem with this is that they have way too many titles already. And when you have so many titles, they just get devalued. They're not as important. They're not as valued as credible championships because you got a championship for every little mother effing thing on planet Earth. So, do they need tag team titles? No. Could they use tag team titles because they have such a deep roster? Yes. But how many actual tag teams do they actually have? Like, how many actual women's tag teams do they have? They just have random women who ain't doing anything. So you're going to stick them together and then make them have a tag team match for these magical women's tag team belts. It's the same thing in WWE. They don't need tag team championships, but at least they're defending them on NXT now. So they're going between brands and defending them. That is how they should use them and use it to elevate some new talent while telling a story with it. But they got so much talent that they don't know what to do with. It's like we got a world title. We got a TNT title. We got the trios titles. Where the hell have those been? We got the trios titles. We got the unified title that Okada got. We got, no, I'm missing something. We got the tag team titles. Then we got Ring of Honor titles. We got the Ring of Honor TV titles. We got the Ring of Honor women's titles. Then we got the women's title and the TBS title. Then we got all of these titles equal the same amount of titles Mercedes Moné has. Mercedes 10 belts. It's getting a little ridiculous at this point.
Nope.
So we got a lot of titles that we don't need. You want to keep the TNT title, have Hangman have his title, have tag team titles, have 2 women's titles, because you need a mid-card women's title too. Have 2 women's titles. That's it. That's it. Because now they actually have a tag team division, which is, they got some tag teams in there. So my thing is, I dig it. We'll see what they do. But this is like anything else. You got to put forth the effort to make us care about these titles. That's it. You made a freaking title specifically for Okada. And it's like it don't mean much. The TNT title used to mean something when Cody had it, when Darby had it, when Darby finally won it. I think he won it from Cody, if I'm not mistaken. When Darby finally won it, when Miro had it, the Redeemer. It meant something. when Brody Lee had it, it meant something. Doesn't mean jack crap right now. So hopefully they do something with Kyle Fletcher and make it mean something again. So that's my only issue with this. I'm not mad at it, but it's like, we gotta make things feel important again. That's it. So AEW Women's World Championship Stat versus Mina Shirakawa. This was a good match, but once again, she wins with the seatbelt at the end of the match. So shout out to Chris Statlander, who is winning with the seatbelt. The Death Riders come out. They try to big her up. They think she's going to join the Death Riders. Wheeler Yuta gives her a hug. Marina Shafir gives her a hug, and she's standing there. Then she clotheslines the holy hell out of Wheeler Yuta. She runs up to Mox, and she's like, screw you. Jumps up, jumps out, and Harley Cameron runs through the crowd with her, and she got the hell up out of there. So she was like, I'm out.
Oh my God.
She got hit with the star. She's like, I'm out. So she is not joining the Death Riders, or is she? Find out next week on AEW Dynamite. I think she might end up joining them and turning heel. Maybe they help her out or something, or maybe she turns on Willow for real. Like she turns on Willow, and then Willow could build her way back up to getting that title. That's what I would do, me personally. All right, so Stat wins. Then we had Darby. Once the match was over, that was basically a main event. The Death Riders came out, all of that stuff happened, and then as Cameron starts to flee with Statlander, from out of nowhere, Darby Allin comes out of nowhere. Like he just appeared, and he has a mother effing flamethrower, and he is going to murder the Death Riders. Once again, the crowd was chanting, "This is murder," a couple of weeks ago. Yes, this is murder.
Nope.
I don't want to witness murder on live TV. I do not.
Nope.
No murder, please. So he had the flamethrower. Mox was like, "You want to barbecue me? Let's go. I'm with it." And they thought better of it. They said, "No, we're going to gracefully bow out." So they gracefully bowed out. And that is how the show went off the air with Darby with the flamethrower. Now, cool visual, and we know the stuff with Darby and the Death Riders is not over. But did we need the flamethrower right now? I mean, did we? So, I don't know. We got the 6-year anniversary show next week. So, I'm hoping that show is stacked and lit up and good stuff happens. But we had a bunch of stuff on this show that just sort of happened. Like I said, it wasn't bad. I just didn't feel anything. It was just like, okay, that happened. So, excuse me. Decent show. So we'll see what happens next week. But that was your AEW Dynamite review. What did you think about it? Let me know in the comments. Am I off? Am I right? Am I wrong? Do you hate me? Some of you are cursing me out in the comments. I don't know what I've done to offend you. Listen, I don't know what I did to offend you. Why you curse me? All I want to do is review the wrestling, give my thoughts, my takes, and my opinions, and have everybody rock out. Let's all just have fun and get along. Nah, no seriousness. I don't know. Some of y'all cursing me out. Some of y'all way too angry. God damn. God damn it, man. Go get some cutty or something, man. Lighten the mood up. Shit. But that is what we have this week. So I'm out. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. AEW Dynamite. Now, my SmackDown review will be out mañana, as this review on the 27th is coming out, and the 28th we will have the SmackDown review along with any other news that I deem I want to talk about. So, with all that being said, I'm out. Let's keep it bald. Let's keep it sexy. I'll holla at y'all tomorrow. Catch y'all in the next one. One more time. Peace.